Hi, if you're new here, we're Jess and John. We love travel, so quit the 9 to 5 and set off on an adventure. You find us in the last week of our road trip around Malaysia, and what a journey it has been. We've travelled from Kuala Lumpur's concrete jungle to jungle-covered tropical island escapes. If you're up for a laugh, want to see breathtaking landscapes, and explore this diverse and wonderful world, you're in the right place.
Morning everyone. We are on our way out of Kuala Terengganu and we're on our way to Taman Negara, which is the state national park for Malaysia. It's the second oldest rainforest in the world. It's supposed to be 130 million years old, only second to the Daintree in Australia. And we've learnt our lesson because we've got a 6-hour drive ahead of us, but we've learnt our lesson from last week. We're going to film this time because at the very least we're going to have some epic scenes to show you because we're going to skirt all the way around the outside of the national park. We're taking the long route. So let's get this show on the road.
So we've made it to Taman Negara.
Taman Negara, you got
Taman
it for once.
Negara, and but I have to say I was a bit disappointed with the drive here actually because we only see one lot of elephants. So
Ungrateful little
I
bugger,
know,
isn't
yeah.
it?
But after the last trip, I thought this way was meant to be a lot more scenic. So I was expecting like a herd of them, I suppose. But
Spoilt cow, weren't you?
yeah. So, but no, it was an epic journey anyway.
It was 6.5 hours though, I do have a num bum.
Yeah.
But we're going to work off the num bum and go for a walk through the jungle. So the only way to get into the national park is a little boat ride across the river, but it's only 1 ringgit per person, which is about 20 pence, so not too bad.
What a spot this is.
It is absolutely pristine.
Yeah, I was a bit worried when we went to Pristine Islands, all the rubbish that was there. I was a bit worried that we'd come here and it'd be like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen one bit of rubbish.
Not one bit.
And the place you can stay in the actual national park, there's only one place you can stay, and they are amazing as well. Them
Yeah.
little cabins. I said to Jess we should stay there, and she was having none of it.
Gutted that we were a bit tight ass.
Yeah, but they're only £50 a night.
No, £100 a night.
£100 a night.
Yeah, £100 a night.
Good job we didn't stay there then. but they are nice, I have to say.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
So we've walking down this boardwalk that they've got as well, which is lovely. But the sound of the insects is deafening. I'm sure the mic's picking it up. It's got
Yeah, we're
to
going to have
be.
to do a bit of voice isolation, I think, because I don't think it'll play it over the noise, but incredible.
Yeah.
But,
So it almost sounds like jingle bells.
Yeah.
It's so loud.
There's something there in the wild, it's a reflection of me. People fight for survival. I'm chasing tails, I'm surrounded. Can't stop for a second to breathe. My thoughts are flowing like water. One day soon I will find. I know I am close. I know I will shine. One day soon I will fly. I know I am free. I'm feeling alive. Take me back to the jungle.
it is hot.
Oh my God, it's so hot. I honestly think I could wring my clothes out with sweat.
There's a skywalk here, isn't there?
Yep,
And we're thinking about doing it.
indeed.
But there's loads of steps down to it. We don't mind doing the steps down to it, but we've got the old shakes.
Yeah, I've got wobbly legs.
So, I don't know, we'll see if we do that.
We'll see if we do that. But one of the reasons that this jungle is so pristine is there's no roads or anything through it. It's literally just dense, impenetrable jungle, which is how it should be and why it's so beautiful. But it also means that spotting wildlife's a bit trickier because you can't see very far ahead of you and everything's so well camouflaged. But it is still very beautiful, if not very melting.
Let's find the skywalk. You always see these in the movie, don't you? Real long bits of like tree that they use as rope to swing across from tree to tree. I always thought it was like fake or like just they put in a bit of rope, but sure enough. We're not doing the canopy walk. Jess is too tight, she won't pay the quid to do it.
That's the reason.
Nothing to do with the fact that I don't like heights.
No, not at all, darling. No, John's very brave. To be fair, give him his dues. He did say to me, if you want to do it, I'll do it for you.
See?
So I have to take back earlier comments of him not being romantic.
Exactly.
That's very selfless.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Very good, my
Keep it
dear.
going.
However, Plonker Pants over here just said to me, oh, I am disappointed though. I thought we'd see like tigers just sitting there. What do you think you're going to do? Walk along and be like, all right, Tony, how's it going?
Yeah, high five from a bear and all that. But yeah, we've only seen monkeys, squirrel, lizards.
Loads of ants,
Yeah.
and the biggest ants I've ever seen. So, and some little birds, loads of butterflies though. I can't catch them though, they're too fast.
But no tigers, no bears,
No. No
elephants.
toucan, no Baloo.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
no Mowgli.
No Mowgli. We might not have found Mowgli, but I have found Tarzan.
Just spotted a tiger. Gotta be quiet. I'll try and get it. I think Jess is getting close to it.
Old Mick Dundee will be proud of me.
So if you come here, you got to stay in these chalets.
Yeah, it's one of the few times that we would say that spending like top dollar on the hotel is absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
It's spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I wish the whole of Malaysia was like, really.
Yeah. It's so clean, it's so beautiful, the gardens are amazing, and you are on the jungle's edge. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so we shouldn't have been such tight asses and stayed, really, but oh well.
Our hotel's still nice enough, isn't it?
Well, that was unbelievable, that was, but 4 hours of walking around the jungle and we still didn't even do half of it, so...
And I am pooped.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is you don't have to come here to see the jungle. You've seen like when we went to Kanching Falls or when we went to the Parisian Islands, you can absolutely get into the jungle in Malaysia without having to come here because there's nothing near here.
Yeah, so it's a long old way to come out here just to see that, but then at the same time, there's nowhere else in Malaysia that we've seen where you can get pristine jungle.
No rubbish.
Yeah.
Exactly as it should be. Jungle.
Yeah, well, they reckon one of the reason you don't see elephants and animals so much here is because the national park is so big.
And so as it should be, Jermaine.
Yeah.
There's so many places for them to hide, so not seeing them is almost a good thing.
Yeah. But there's night tours here, there's boat trips, there's all sorts of other stuff. We're too late for the boat trips, we're not going to do that, but we're going to do a night tour tonight. And they take you around and try and spot, you can't obviously drive in there, but they drive you around the outside of it and with spotlights and try and find them then, so.
Give that a go.
Yeah.
So, but first things first, we need a shower,
Yeah.
we need some AC, and we need some dinner.
So we didn't do the night tour.
Epic fail.
So to do these night tours, basically you just sit on the back of the ute in the tray. There's these 2 metal benches and they basically just take you around for 2 hours around the outside of the national park and spot for animals. And we came out the hotel last night and it was absolutely chucking it down.
Proper pouring, like cats and dogs rain.
So we didn't fancy sitting in the rain for 2 hours. But,
no, it would have been a bit soggy and miserable. Yeah. We've already had our free shower, thank you, Malaysia. So we're off now. We don't really know where. We're
just driving.
We're just driving. You know we love to drive. So we're heading into the southern part of Malaysia. And to be honest, I haven't done my research. I don't really know where we're going. There's a lot less kind of key touristy spots as well. So we're just going to go on an adventure and let's see what we find.
Yeah. And we made it to Melacca.
Yeah, we've gone from the east coast to the west coast and we've come to this beautiful heritage city. So many historic buildings, such interesting history. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, when we were coming into it, it's so clean, so many more European shops and restaurants, and just the feel of it is more European with the buildings and things like that.
Yeah, it's got a really interesting history. So a Sumatran prince on the run came here and set up his dynasty here, and then the Portuguese came and took it over.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. Set up his dynasty here, and then the Portuguese came and took it over and colonised it. Then the Dutch took it from them, and then the Dutch gave it to the English so that the French wouldn't get it. So there's just so much history, so much cool stuff to see.
Yeah, so let's go check out all this dynasty, eh? So this church behind me was built in 1753, and all the locals around here have done an incredible job to be in keeping with the 1800s and to show you what transport was like back in them times. So even in central Melacca, you get the old lizards. I think today is going to be a day of eating.
Yeah, boy.
Because there's Chinatown, there's India Town, and then there's loads of other towns that just do food everywhere.
Oh, so much food. We've got curry puff for the first attempt. Let's give that a go. Curry puff was about a 8 out of 10. Nice pastry, good filling. It was a good one. Going for the Portuguese egg tart now. That is a 9, maybe even a 10 out of 10. Perfect pastry, lovely filling. Oh, get in. Don't be alarmed by my terrible hairdo. I haven't been mugged, I've been for a massage. And I know you might think, oh Jess, you little princess. And I tell you for what, you're right. But when in Rome, it's got to be done. It was 20 quid and it was amazing. Next on the list, passion fruit yogurt ice cream. And it even comes in a little cup with his little feet. It's good. It's very good.
So we need to get some food, and in Langkawi we spent about an hour looking for an Indian, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about that here because we're in Little India.
Nuns it is.
our curry. We're not exactly sure what it is that we've ordered.
No, we're not too sure what he's saying. He's not too sure what we're saying. So, we've got food, we've got chicken, we've got curry, we've got bread.
Got some rice. It tastes good.
Yeah. Well, what an experience that was.
I think that's got to be one of my favourite dinners ever.
Strangest dinner.
It was brilliant.
But we walked in, the waiter showed us down. He never left.
No, he was our bestie for life.
He stood next to us the whole dinner and just chatting to us. And like, I didn't want to be rude, but I was trying to eat, and he was like, "Oh, you like cricket?
Yeah.
Ben Stokes." And I was like,
amazing.
Yeah.
And he was also asking all about our camera and wanted to know our favourite foods from Australia and England. So he needed to see pictures of what our barbecues looked like. It was brilliant.
But then a Sri Lankan friend come over, and he was like, "Oh, he's Sri Lankan." I was like, "Okay, oh, we've been to Sri Lanka," and he was like, "You've been to Sri Lanka?" He's like, yeah.
I love Sri Lanka.
So that was it then. Like about 5 Sri Lankans come over, and they were like, "We from Sri Lanka." I was like, "Oh, brilliant."
So we made loads of friends with our lovely dinner.
Yeah.
And then we went out the front to buy some sweets. We told them we loved their shop, and they were very happy about that.
Yeah.
And we got some sweets to take home, and they were our friends as well.
Yeah,
So,
well, they said, "You find us place in England, and we come and
come with
cook."
you.
Yeah. So, but no. So, anyways, we're going to head back to the hotel now.
Yes.
And
eat our sweets, have a tea, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's a glorious day. And I tell you for why. Got back onto the hotel last night, busted out the old Google. Guess what? It is pronounced dynasty.
It's not. It's dynasty. It's only dynasty if you're American or Australian. And
I am Australian.
if I remember rightly, there's no such languages as American or Australian, is there? There's English, English, and English.
I'm sorry, but your point is completely void, right? If you go to like Chelsea, for example, right, because all over England, different accent. So go to Chelsea, they'd be like, "Oh, darling, did you go to the Dynasty last night? La 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 la," right? Or in Yorkshire, be, "All right, duck, he's in the Dynasty."
Nah, not having that. But anyways.
Anyways, we're in Melacca and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been so enjoying our time here, and we've said, like, if you only could come to one place in Malaysia, we think we'd say here, don't you?
Yeah, well, it's so clean. The buildings, like we said yesterday, really. Like, we walked around the whole place, and the rubbish hasn't got any worse. Like, I was expecting it to, when you find them back alleys, for it to get worse again, but it's beautiful. It really is. So,
and
yeah.
you get like every element of Malaysian history here. So there's like a Sultanate palace, there's the Portuguese, the Dutch, the English, the Malay, the Chinese Strait stuff.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
You have to go to KL to see the Twin Towers and the central part of it, which is amazing. But straight from there, come down here. Like I say, if you've got a short trip anyway. So, yeah.
And get after the food.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to have a little bit more of a walk around the central area because our hotel's in the Heritage Precinct, which is perfect. But there's some buildings and things a bit further out that we're going to go check out too. So we'll have a wander around this morning, and then this afternoon we'll head off in the old Beauty Proton.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Oh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you...
How did the elephant cross the road?
I'm doing this. You know what's behind this sign, everybody?
That's how the elephant crossed the road.
Give him his dues. I am going to end up an elephant if we stay in this town too long. The food is amazing. And speaking of food, we've just been out to lunch with our new friend.
Yeah, we met a friend, a YouTube friend.
If you don't know that reference, go and watch The In-Betweeners. You won't regret it. But his name's Mo. He's a blogger as well. And he's just done the most amazing trip from Europe to India via land, going through like Iran and Pakistan.
Yeah.
So
He's done
many cool...
Turkey, Vietnam, he's done everywhere.
So many cool stories to tell. And we've watched his series where he went and spent the day with some sea gypsies as well, because there's sea gypsies in Malaysia, which we didn't know anything about. So yeah, we'll put a link to him in the bottom, and if you want to see some stuff like that, go and have a look. It's such an adventure.
But what is interesting about travelling is the the people you say hello to. Like when you're back home, you walk past somebody on the street, you don't say hello, but when you're travelling, whether it's Malaysia or whether it's just because we're travelling, we're a bit more happy, I suppose, but everyone you see, hello, like a couple just passed us on a motorbike, didn't they? Hello,
Yeah.
welcome.
Welcome. I told you about this before as well. I think this is such a Malaysian thing. Like everyone welcomes us to the country. It's beautiful.
I'll tell you what,
So-
I could be welcome with some ice cream. I'll tell you what, that's one thing that I don't know how people do out here, and that's travel Malaysia by bike. Like, it's all right when you're on your scooter and you've got no gear on and things like that, but all them blokes then, we've got all togged up with like Gore-Tex and that, they must be melting them.
boots and-
Yeah.
Whew. It's so hot today, my eyelids are sweating.
Looks like the boy racers have just parked up in the car park. We got the beauty mobile out.
We've got the Beauty Mobile out and we're going to check out some of these far away places. Well, they're not actually far away. We would usually walk the distances to them, but it's so hot that
Yeah.
I mean, I think you saw in the last few clips, I was a mess, but John? So we're off to check out some of the different buildings, and then tonight we're going to hit up the Jonker Street night market as well. So see what we can find. So we've come down here tonight because we could see this bizarre gold building behind us from the top of the hill in the middle of Melacca, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So I've come down. It's actually going to be this like multinational enormous complex, like think Dubai but on steroids. And interestingly, coming down here, we've seen that there's loads and loads of development work going on. We went past like the poshest estate I have ever seen in my life, with all these like fancy condos. There's this enormous entertainment centre that they'd built, which I was really hoping to see a show in, but there's nothing on today. So yeah, there's a huge amount of development going on here. The dogs do break my heart. Like, I'd love to just pack them all in the car and take them home. But one thing that is quite nice is we've not seen any kind of like unkindness to animals, have we?
Opposite really, like everywhere you go, like you see people feeding the dogs, feeding cats.
Yeah.
and-
Well, just as we were turning the corner, we couldn't get it to come back out of that area. We saw this couple pull up with all these bags on the side of their scooter, and they'd come to stop and feed the dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really sad, but we've not seen many. We've seen some with mange, but we've not seen many skinny dogs,
No,
have we?
and
So-
they're all real savvy. Like a lot of them are in packs. So, and you think like it's like, oh, we want to take them home. Would they have a better life in your house, or are they happy roaming free? You
chilling
just-
there with their friends, doing what they want.
Yeah, you just don't know really, do you? So.
Obviously, no hands-free laws here.
So we've made it to the night market.
And I'm excited to sample some of these delights. Got bacon wrapped sausages on a stick. Get after it. She's delicious. Might regret not getting 3 of these. Thank you very much. Chocolate chip banana bread. I think I'm going to make a mess with this one. We've got some kind of sushi. I'm not sure what's inside. He said vegetables, but then he also said floss. Let's give it a go. So after nearly the whole pack, we've decided it's sushi seaweed wrapped in a pancake, coleslaw, and biscuit crumbs. It's delicious though.
So I think we're going to have to leave you there anyway, because Jess is eating her way through the market.
I'm devouring.
She's losing concentration every time she gets a bit of food. So yeah, we're going to have to leave you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the end of our trip in Malaysia anyway.
Yeah, so we're off to KL tomorrow and then fly out the next day. So
Yeah,
it's been incredible.
we don't know whether we'll do a bit in Australia when we get back, because we're there for a little bit before we go back to England. But yeah, who knows?
But Malaysia, absolutely, you've got to come. The food, incredible. The people are lovely. The scenery is just something like we've never seen. And it's just out of this world, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and
See you
soon.
next time.